It's going good. How you doing?
Questions for James. So compared to playing center, what's guard?
I mean, my true freshman year at Iowa, I played all guard, and so, I mean, it's still, I mean, it's hard, but you don't have to make the calls and you don't have to snap, which are two things that centers do that people don't realize how hard it is. So, I'm not saying it's easier, but it's just different from playing center.
Do you find yourself instinctively, pointing out the mic or anything stuff?
I mean, yesterday I barely knew the calls myself, so I could find the mic, but that's about it. I can't make any of the blocking combos or any of that.
What do you think is going to be the toughest thing about making that change for you, especially because you guys aren't going to be able to block really anyone to training camp?
I mean, just the biggest change is like coming to the NFL is just like people are different. It's not college. This is a job. Like after I'm done, I don't have to go to class later. It's just more football. Everything's football. There's no school part about it. So just adjusting that, I think that's probably the biggest difference, biggest change.
In terms of playing the position, though, is there a lot different technique-wise that you have to kind of retrain yourself to do?
No, because at guard, you're not snapping. And I'm a right-handed, so my right hand's down, but your left hand's down. And I say that's probably the only difference. And like sometimes in pass blocking, there's more space because like if you're kicking out to like a 4 on a tackle, you have more like one-on-one blocks. But there's not much difference except that.
You still snapped some yesterday, so they're having you do a little bit of both.
Yeah, because usually NFL teams, they only dress 7 or 8 linemen for game day. So if you're a guard, you better be able to play center or tackle. So I'm just doing whatever they tell me to do.
What was your first experience like with practicing with Harry Hiestand?
I realized, like, with Coach Ferentz, like, he's very detail-oriented when he's coaching stuff, and I really appreciate that. Like, when we were doing drills in individual, he was actually taking the time to talk about each drill and why like, hold your hands this certain way or why are your feet this way. And I really appreciate how he was detailing every single drill we did.
How did that help you out kind of pick up some of the details of the drills?
It just... I mean, yeah, it just makes things easier. Like if a coach tells you to do a drill, he doesn't explain like what's the point of doing the drill. You're like, why am I doing this? And so when he explains like every single point in the drill and how it translates over to the field, I think that's really helpful.
Is that a generational thing? You hear people talk about guys, your age who need to know why we're doing something rather than just put your head down and do it.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's a generational thing, but personally, it just makes sense. Like if you're just taught to do something, just do it. Like you're like, why am I doing that? Or it's like, I mean, like stoplights. Like why you stop at stoplights? Just simple stuff like that. I mean, if you go to the stoplight, you're gonna get killed. Just like I mean, like I don't know. It's just I think it just makes things easier.
Are you confident that you can compete in a manner through the summer to at least be in consideration to start?
I mean, right now, I'm not. I'm just focused on trying to come here every day, get better, learn the offense, and when like summer conditioning stuff, get stronger, get in shape, all of that things.
It's so early, and you're not around the whole team yet. But is there anything that's hit you while I'm in the NFL, whether it's on the field or off the field, or an adjustment or a surprise or anything?
I mean, yesterday, like when they gave us like this like gear and stuff, I was looking and like saw the Bears thing on it. It's like, I mean, it's crazy. Like, as a kid, like we all dream about playing in the NFL, and like right now, I'm actually doing it. So it's really cool to be able to do it.
James, did you put a helmet on and go look at yourself in the mirror, see what you look like in an NFL helmet?
Nah, but I mean, if you want me to, I'll take a picture. I'll get dressed and I'll send you that picture.
A target weight they want you to play at guard or anything like that?
No, they haven't told me any of that yet.
Do you find yourself playing too fast at times at Iowa?
On
occasion?
I mean, yeah, on occasion, but like the way our offense, like we're not fast-paced offense, but like the way we like run the ball and like attack people, it's all built off speed and pace. And so sometimes, because I'm a good athlete, and so sometimes I did feel myself playing faster than like my other linemen around me were playing.
Have you got a chance to talk to any of the veteran offensive linemen here, like Kyle Long or Cody or any of those people?
Yeah, I've texted both of them a couple times.
Did they give you any advice or welcome to the team, or what was the?
Yeah, welcome to the team. And Kyle Long, I was talking to him because I streamed on Fortnite like last week, and we were just talking about Fortnite for like a couple minutes. And Cody, he's just been asking me like, "Hey, how you doing? Like, what's up?" Just things like that.
James, do you feel like you have to get bigger to play guard?
No, I mean, I feel good now, but if the coaches want me bigger, I mean, I can get bigger. If they want me smaller, I can get smaller.
What are you weighing right now?
I was 310 when I left Iowa. What was that? Thursday. Oh, yes. No, yeah, Thursday.
James, did you have any pros that you watched, any centers or guards or tackles, any linemen that you looked at and said, that's the way I want to play or that's how I play?
One person I really appreciate was Jason Kelsey from the Eagles because he's an undersized guy. I mean, he's way smaller than me, but just like the way how his technique, he has to be perfect in his technique or he's going to get beat just because he's not big enough or strong enough. And just like the way he plays, with, especially in pass protection, the way he shoots his hands is probably the best in the NFL. And so I really appreciate the way how he plays.
What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday, the first day of rookie minicamp, and what did you think about last night as you prepared for today?
Just how hard it is to learn a different offense and just like the same, like blocking combinations, we call it one thing at Iowa, but it's the exact same combination, but it's called something else. And so it's just hard just like translating those words over and just things like that.
James, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Anthony, overall, how's your foot feeling as you transition?
It's feeling good. It's 100%.
You feel a little bit antsy, just wanting to do more than they're allowing you to do right now, just being cautious with it?
I mean, of course, but I'm just going with the flow, doing what Coach wants me to do. So.
Anthony, the Bears made a pretty significant move, paid extra, if you will, to move up and make sure they got you. Does that give any extra incentive to you being here in Chicago, make you feel better about being a Bear?
It makes me feel great. It showed me that they really believed in my abilities and what I can do, and I'm just excited to be in a city like Chicago, a part of a team that loves to play football like I do.
Anthony, the concept of proving yourself, what does that mean to you?
It's not really about proving myself. I believe in myself. I know what I can do. At the end of the day, it's not about what other people say about me. It's what I believe, about me. So.
But what about coaching staff who obviously has to decide on targets, playing time, that type of thing? When it comes to convincing them that you've earned the opportunity.
Well, being the player that I am, bringing the intensity to the game that I do, it's tough to keep me off the field. I'm always itching to learn more. I'm always trying to get better in anything that I do, and I just believe that when it's all said and done, I'm gonna deserve that opportunity to play.
Is kickoff return something that you might be doing? I think I saw you working on it.
It's a possibility.
How important is self-confidence at your position, especially in the NFL? Can you be great without it?
No, you can't be great without it. You gotta believe in yourself always. You always gotta know that you can run that route, make that catch, make any type of play, and to be a receiver in this league, especially going against great DBs like there are, you gotta have that confidence.
I know you said that you've adopted a lot of things that Steve Smith brought to the field. Have you ever talked to him about that?
I actually did at the NFL Combine. He actually knew a lot about my game, and it was actually kind of crazy. I never thought a guy like that would be watching a guy like me, but he did, and he gave me a few pointers, and I just soaked it all in.
Where did you talk to him at, and what did he tell you?
I can't tell you all that he told me, but basically, he just told me I'm a great player. He likes the way I play. He reminds me of himself a little bit in the way that, I play kind of intense, with sort of an attitude, and he just likes the way I play. He told me to slow down a little bit in certain situations because, I get a bit antsy sometimes, but, I just soaked it all in.
In your career, did you become more dedicated to blocking and understanding that part of the
Really, my freshman year in college, I had Coach Fuente back at Memphis, and he stressed if you don't block, you don't play. And it was little guys like me, Sam Kraft. You know, y'all probably don't know him, but you know, we were going against linebackers every day. You know, guys that were 250, 260. We were freshmen. We were thrown in there every day. Doing perimeter drill, blocking drills, you know, every other day. So I'm pretty much used to blocking.
But for you, then, what are the important elements of being a successful blocker?
You can't be scared, first of all, and you just got to have the proper technique, the proper fundamentals. You got to know where to place your hands. And you just got to position yourself the right way.
Anthony, why do you take so much pride in that physical part of the game? Because there's a lot of wide receivers who aren't considered physical guys.
I mean, it's football. You know, it's an element that a player should want to their game. If they don't have that physical element, then you know that's a chunk of the game that they don't have. You know what I mean? I feel like the game's not all finesse. You know, you gotta stick your nose in there sometimes. You know what I mean? So can't be a pretty boy. You know, so.
Anthony, now that you've learned a little bit about Matt Nagy's offense, what do you like about it in terms of how it fits your skill set?
It actually reminds me a lot of the Memphis offense in that, you know, we spread the ball out a lot. And also I got to know every position on the field as far as receiver goes. So you know, that's what I had to do at Memphis. You know, I have to know every concept, you know, every route. And I'm getting into the groove. So I'm excited about this upcoming season.
As confident as you are, this is still a step up. Is there any curiosity on your part at all about how good NFL quarterbacks are, how much better they are than what you faced in college?
I mean, I know they're good, you know, so it's expected. I just know that I got to get better each and every day, and since I don't have to worry about school anymore, you know, I'm going to be focused on that. So every day it's going to be football.
Anthony, from our side of the field as media, you're one of those players we were certainly aware of in February, but the last 3-4 weeks leading up to the draft, there was a ton of buzz about you rising up draft boards while you couldn't really work out or go full speed. Were you aware of that? Do you have any sense why that was going on?
I think it was because of my foot. It had been healed for a while. Actually at the combine, I was cleared for everything, but I had been training 2 weeks prior. So my foot's been healed. So
I was hoping you were going to tell me this because of your personality and your interviews. So, do you think that had anything to do with it?
Oh no, I had great interviews. Teams put me on the board. You know, I wrote everything up there that they wanted me to. I showed confidence that I think a player should have. I believe I did my part.
Actually, there aren't a lot of walk-ons that turn into second-round picks. Where does that drive come from that's gotten you to this point?
I don't know. It's just something that a guy has to have inside of him. I also believe it's just the environment I grew up in. You know, the people I grew up around. You know, in Memphis, you know, nothing is given to anyone, and you gotta just grind for everything you get. So you know, I'm just blessed to be here at the end of the day. But at the same time, you know, it's all about work for me. It's not gonna change.
I think you mentioned the Memphis grind to us after you got drafted. Did you show some of the guys the Memphis grind yesterday?
Oh, for sure. I try to get at the front of every line. I go as hard as I can each and every drill. Coaches hold me back a little bit, but that's fine. You know, I'm just going to continue to do my part.
What else is there? I mean, you get in front of every line. You're the first one. What else goes into that grind?
Well, you got to be a little vocal, but you got to lead by example because guys aren't going to follow your lead, you know, if you continuously dropping balls, if you don't know the plays at all. So you just got to lead by example on and off the field.
What are your first impressions of Coach Furry?
Who?
Coach Furry.
Oh, you know, that's my guy already. I love a young, energetic coach. You know, he took me in like well before I even got here. You know, he sent me the plays. We were calling each other each and every day, just making sure that I knew a couple things, you know, before I stepped onto the campus. So, you know, I believe we're going to be a great combination come the season.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.